will try to find security footage from a building around it if possible. His assistant and translator, Mel, brings us...
Well, she went along with it. I mean, she's not saying she went along with it. I don't want to victim blame here. If she didn't intend on sleeping with him and she knew his intention beforehand, she shouldn't have gone there. That's not an excuse for him to, or without consent, obviously. That's not right. Like, if he did that, that's horrible. Like, just because you meet up with someone for the purpose of having sex doesn't mean that one person has a right to just go gorilla mode on you and f*** you, right? That's not what that means. If you meet up to have sex and then that person, when you meet up, says, I actually don't want to have sex, you can't just f*** them, right? You can't. But the main problem here is, like, there's just no proof of what's happening or what's being accused here, right, for me.
Into this fancy hotel. I can find security footage proof of this also. And it's just a bunch of, like, UFC people sitting in a circle, and Alex looks up at us, looks angry as and tells his assistant Mel to take us out of the hotel, and everyone is looking at us like, who are these girls, why are they here? I don't know either. I'm just, like, there because they asked us to, and, like, I didn't realize they were bad people.
I feel like this is maybe thinking in retrospect, but at the same time, if this is all true, what didn't give you the impression that hanging around with Alex Pereira wouldn't be safe? If he did make that comment about your ass and did try to kiss you, really? Like, what made you comfortable around this guy if this was the case? And she also mentions trying to find security footage, which I think is a step in the right direction. If she's able to get most of this stuff out into the public and this is true, then...
I mean, the main thing is they're like, okay, so you can't criticize her. Let's say all this happened. Let's say she did get, okay? Let's say hypothetically. Obviously, even if she went there with the intention of having sex, but he then, like, is forceful with her, and he, you know, doesn't respect her boundaries, and he, you know, is like, I'm just gonna f*** you, and she can't even communicate him, she doesn't want to, and he goes gorilla mode on her, and she's saying, no, stop, like, that is still right. It's still, even if she went there with the intention of having sex with him, if she then revokes that consent before it happens or during it happening and he doesn't stop, that's still right. But I don't have any proof that that happened, right? Like, I don't have any proof that that happened, so that's the main problem here.
And this will do her a whole lot of justice. But at the same time, if she can't find anything, then all the public knows is that she tried to find CCTV footage, and yet she never found it / never put it out to the public. And with everything else that's provided as proof in this moment, or that could be provided as proof, on her end, this whole situation could really just turn into a whole big nothing.
The translation is wrong. Chama can mean flame, but in context it would mean call me, so it would mean made chama baby equals call me baby. Okay, gotcha.
Burger.
He makes us leave the hotel and he brings us to the Courtyard Marriott across the street from it. They have 2 hotel rooms that they have already bought for that night, which is disgusting. It was all planned out. They take us to the court
because he was planning on having sex with you? Is that why it's disgusting?
Marriott across the street from the actual hotel that Alk is staying at. Mel asks us how old we are. I said I'm 21. My friend says that she's 20 years old, not old enough to drink alcohol. So he talks to Alex, tells him how old we say we are, and then they buy us, I think, 2 glasses of wine. So, mind you, they're buying alcohol for a 20-year-old girl that is not old enough to drink alcohol, and this is on security footage. Didn't make me sign an NDA before he did any of this. Like, just did it because he does.
Thank you for becoming a member, Elena.
Does this all the time, probably. It was so routine and planned out.
Now, the first part details the crime of providing alcohol for somebody under the age, which, if you don't know, the drinking age in America is 21, which is another big allegation, but again, we need that CCTV footage. But then she really goes on this more, I want to say, emotional rant about Alex Pereira probably doing this all the time, which I think what she meant was it was just incredibly methodical in his approach. And I feel like even if these allegations are proven to be true, these kind of emotional statements from Meredith right here are not going to do her any...
I agree. That being said, I don't really care if she's being emotional, like, because is emotional, like, it's kind of hard to hide that if you get, right? It's kind of hard to hide how you feel about it. Like, I think it's fine to be emotional. The main problem is just, if you want people to believe this allegation, you're going to need to provide some proof, and I haven't seen any.
Good. Like, for example, if they bring every single allegation Meredith has into court, then that one in particular could really get her into some trouble.
They're giving us drinks. Alex won't get off of me. I'm not into it because I don't know this man. I don't like being touched if I am not, like, if I don't know you and I'm not comfortable with you. Even if you're my family member, I just don't like being touched. I'm starting to get...
I honestly don't care about 20-year-olds drinking alcohol. However, it does mean that he could be trying to lower inhibitions for sex, so that's something to note. I want to be fair. Yes, that is absolutely something to note. I agree. And like, alone giving alcohol to a 20-year-old, is that necessarily a horrible thing? No, I don't think so. But if he was doing it to like ply her with alcohol to make her more malleable for whatever he wants to do, that is obviously horrible. But once again, the main problem is I just don't know if that happened. You know, I don't know if that went down.
Tipsy and I feel sick because I don't do well when I drink. But I'm trying to calm my nerves. He won't get off of me.
You gain
He keeps
2 gold,
asking
63
me to go to
silver,
the
63
bathroom
copper.
with him, or he's asking Mel,
Some
and Mel
items
is
Meta has
telling me
coalesced from the new
this.
knowledge.
So I guess this is how he gets away with it because
You
he
receive
didn't
item,
technically.
Artisans Metal
no,
X
because he
15.
did it. He just technically didn't say
You
any
receive
of it to my
currency,
face.
Dragon
He
Isle
said it to
skinning
his
no rejects 3.
translator, and his translator said it to my face. But his translator wasn't the one who assaulted me.
I feel like this is the very first part of the allegations where it starts to get incredibly gross, with Meredith basically saying that Alex Pereira was detailing his intentions to go to the bathroom with her. But what I do find kind of weird is that she just kind of switches up the story between Alex Pereira talking to her directly to Alex Pereira being like, just, you know, going over to his translator to say, hey, ask her if I can take her to the bathroom. And I feel like if Meredith had already previously stated her discomfort, then that's completely disgusting. But for the love of God, we need to see the CCTV footage.
He's telling us.
Yeah, I mean, if she is telling the proof, I think, telling the truth, I think the biggest thing you can criticize her on is, like, she makes a public allegation, right, and has zero proof for it. Zero proof at all, which is the main problem. Captain C says, so she gets invited to this gym with her friend to meet this guy. He makes his comment, then tries to kiss her. She stops him, then goes to a hotel with the assistant and him, and then proceeds to drink with the person she previously rejected. Well, okay, you can criticize her for being dumb or naive, yes, undoubtedly. But assuming this is what she's saying is true, it still could be, like, just because someone tries to kiss you and you say no, but then you hang out with them, doesn't give that person full reign to just, like, get on top of you, be like, I'm you now, like, you still need her to say yes before you f*** her, right?
Translator to ask me to go to the bathroom with him. I'm telling him no because I don't do that. I get uncomfortable and nervous, and as much as you guys think that I'm this, like, I don't know what I'm allowed to say on TikTok. As much as you guys think these things about me just because of the line of work that I do, I just do what I have to do to make ends meet. That has nothing to do with anything. I don't put out the first time meeting somebody because I have a lot of trauma and I get nervous and scared. I will try to find security footage. Legally, they have to be able to pull this up, right? Like, Alex can't, like, somehow, like, get it erased. That would literally not be fair. I'm gonna try my hardest to find the security footage.
Fake crying? I don't think it's fake crying.
If it actually ends up, like, going
I don't think she's faking it. I think she
Or-
thinks something bad happened to her. The question is just, does she have proof, and, like, should I believe it, you know? Like, this is my question. Me, personally, I think this is bull. 1, why not file a police report? That's a good point, she should. 2, it's well known
Shadow
Alex
Hunter
is
Ucamp
sober and
says,
never speaks
boss,
English.
I got the
suddenly knowing
recent
how to
threat
say,
sketched
"Let me
out on the
slip
table
in."
for you
3,
whenever
she
you
says
be
she's
ready.
not into UFC, but also had a vid of her in the crowd at $2.99 with her tatas out.
You receive
Well,
item,
you cannot be
salvage
in
crate.
UFC and still go, so that's a really good point.
You
or,
receive
like, something
currency,
happens.
Garrison
I don't
Resources
know- I don't know
38.
what I was expecting. I just posted it because
You receive
I,
currency,
like,
Garrison
I
Resources
just wanted to
36.
talk about it. I go to the bathroom with my friend after Alex
To
has
be
been...
clear, just because you don't file a police report doesn't mean that you're lying. A lot of girls don't report it to the police, and it can still happen. Should you? Yes, you should report it to the police, obviously. Hard to disagree with Tom. Why do you disagree with me?
coming on to me the whole night, and I feel sick and
100% fake crying. The thing is, I don't know if it's fake crying. Like, I'm just watching her on my screen, you know? I don't know if it's fake crying.
uncomfortable and like I'm about to throw up. I tell her in the bathroom, at no point during this whole entire visit with these people are you to leave me because I'm not comfortable. We agree that we won't leave each other at any point because Mel, the assistant and the translator, is also hitting on my friend who's 20 years old. I don't know how old this man was. I'm trying to tell...
I take you're not covering Mr. T Lexify. I watched some of it on stream. I just was like, it's really cringe. That's all I saw, but maybe I'll look later. I don't know.
Alex's assistant to tell Alex that I don't put out
She's 20 years old now. She's an adult. How horrible.
like that after I meet someone for the very first time, and then I need him to get to know me and to work for it. I quote said to his translator, trying not to be a prude and annoying, but I told him, I was like,
You receive currency,
how do I
Garrison
say
Resources
you have
103.
to work for it?
Maybe I'm just not getting the entire situation, but I don't understand why, if you were uncomfortable in the first place, why are you entertaining a potential sexual relationship in the future with Alex Pereira?
Spirit Law's level 1.
Just because you don't want to... some of the points in this video are good, like especially with the lack of proof. Some of them are bad. Like, just because you don't want to have sex with someone right now doesn't mean you might not if you get to know them better, right? That's kind of dumb. She definitely should have left the situation entirely, considering that, you know, he was clearly interested in just her, and she wasn't interested in that. She wanted like a long-term thing where he's like rizzing her constantly, right? She should have left, but like that doesn't destroy the potential that happened, right? For me, from my perspective, it's like I still need proof. I still need 1,000% proof to know that he did that, right? But like it's possible it happened, I guess. But I just, you know, I can't accuse someone of that without proof, right?
In this statement, I mean, he's been making you very uncomfortable with these very forward advancements, allegedly. So, in other words, why would he have to work for it?
His assistant laughs, tells Alex, and Alex tells his assistant to tell...
Okay, Smagla sent me this on Twitter. Let's see if I can bring this up. He said there's not safe for work image in the second tweet.
Portable portals. My assistants have figured out how to convert ogre waystones into useful items for our garrison. Speak with Varsha outside to start your first work order.
She puts a laugh.
Quest
She
accepted.
says the money I'm making from all the exposure
Ogre way
will
gates.
pay well for
6
them.
unique gates exist in Draenor.
Is that a real
Quest
DM?
accepted. Ogre way gates.
Is this real? Is this real? Is this from her story? Is this real? What the? I mean, this could be a fake DM, but if that's real, that's like, what? That's like, what the hell? If that DM is real, that is insane. If that DM is real, it's actually over for her, bro.
Tell us that he really likes us and he's gonna take us on a trip to the Dominican Republic to get to know us better, because I guess he's trying to like convince me that he's not, you know, just trying to take advantage of me. So I'm like, okay, like that's great. I don't have a passport. Like, can you like let me know like when this is happening so I can like pack and like get ready for it? Like, I mean, I make my own money and I don't need this man's money. This is not me trying to get his money. I literally could not.
It could be she meant it in a coping way. I mean, I guess when somebody messages you being like, you're falsely accusing someone and you're like bragging about the fact that you're getting a bunch of exposure off of it, like, come on, bro.
Care less if I don't get anything out of this except for to find my own voice again. I just wanted to talk about my story. I was not expecting his fans to be as bad as he is, but I guess I should have known.
And with this point that she brings up at the end of this statement, I'd actually have to kind of agree that the fans are pretty disgusting when approaching the situation, especially considering the fact that we hardly know anything about it. And they're basically spamming in the comments that
Jesus
she
Christ.
deserves it and supporting Alex Pereira.
That is disgusting.
For doing this, even though
it's funny, but it's disgusting.
They don't know that this even happened in the first place. They're basically just condoning. And these comments have thousands of likes, so take it as you will. That in itself...
Was there a reason she couldn't just leave? No, I think she probably could have just left if she wanted to.
Whether this allegation is true or not...
I don't know if that DM is real.
This says something...
To be clear, that DM could be fake. It seems so convenient that she would just be like... This one would be like, nice fake, false allegations. Hope your failed OF career produced enough money for defense lawyers. Like, the idea that she would just knowingly respond to that with this, saying the money I'm making for all the exposure to my OF will pay well for them, that is an insane thing to say, bro. What the... If she actually said that, that's horrible. Gotta verify that DM, yeah. I don't want to say that DM is real, but it just seems too like good to be true, you know what I mean? It seems so nuts.
About a lot of people in this community, and it's just really disgusting to see.
We have to split up because it's time to go to the UFC fight. His translator and Alex go on their own. Me and my friend take an Uber. It goes terribly. The fight ends. Afterwards, his assistant Mel sends an Uber to our location after the UFC fight and brings us back to the courtyard Marriott, where we were gonna go out. We were gonna go there, and they were gonna drive us, and they were talking about going to, I don't know, they were talking about going to strip clubs.
And I don't really know how to work off of the strip club thing, as that's just another baseless accusation, and really means nothing legally. So we're just going to move on to the second video, where she mostly talks about the picture that was taken between her and Alex Pereira, and claiming that it wasn't her going up to Alex Pereira for the picture, it was Alex Pereira going up to get the picture with her. Let's play the clip real quick.
Just to be clear also, that picture that I posted where everyone is saying that it looks like I'm a fan that asked him to take a picture with me, I did not ask for that picture. I asked for no pictures. I didn't know who this man was. My friend asked for pictures with him after asking me to record her sparring with him, and then he asked on everyone that I know and love's life. He asked for pictures with me. I did not ask for those pictures. He asked his assistant to ask my friend after he asked to take the pictures. He asked his assistant to ask my friend to have me send the pictures to her.
My friend's
and then
pictures.
She sends
My friend's
Unlikely
pictures.
weird story.
Pictures
I mean, it
friend.
could be true, but I just don't know. Tom putting faith in this girl is making me die and laugh so hard. Dude, the thing is, like, once again, I have to analyze the allegations, like, regardless of who is making it, right? Just because I don't love, a lot of OnlyFans girls, to say the least, doesn't mean that she's lying, you know? What I will say is that if that DM is real, then it's over. If that DM is real, then it's over, but I don't know if it's real, you know? That's the main thing. I have to be fair with every allegation, okay? I do. This is how I've been with everything that I've tried to cover. You gotta be fair.
it to my assistant because he wanted the pictures, because it was probably a trophy for him.
What? Alright, this doesn't
Real talk, though, I don't doubt 90%. Just, I don't know about force.
really
Okay.
make any sense, and I really don't know how to comment on this other than this is another baseless accusation. And all I'm going to say here is this might be very difficult for her to navigate legally, especially considering the mass amount of baseless accusations.
Yeah, that's the main problem here, once again, is just lack of any proof whatsoever for any of it, right? Like, she posted all these videos and doesn't have a single screenshot, even verifying the lesser claims about, like, him DMing her friend, or, like, where they met, or, like, the timeline to at least confirm some of the story. Like, she doesn't even have any of that.
She's put out there against Alex Pereira. If you're someone who has been sexually assaulted in the past and wants to come out with these specific allegations, please do yourself a favor and don't throw out these weird, baseless accusations that really contribute nothing to the overall narrative. Provide evidence, provide warrants. I've already gone on this rant before in this video, but you guys get what I mean. These situations really need to be handled delicately.
And first and foremost, by the cops.
Did not ask for those pictures. That's besides the point, but basically his assistant said,
Look, if you're going to make an allegation, false or not, at least make a concise video explaining it, okay? Maybe these people don't know how the internet works or how, like, innocent until proven guilty works, but I'm not going to be able to believe this girl without any proof,
sends us an Uber to where
that
we
is
are
wild.
after the UFC fight and brings us back to the Courtyard Marriott, where we were supposed to be waiting for Alex to get back from an interview, I think he said. And then we were going to go out. He was talking about going to strip clubs and, like, having a fun night while we were all in New Jersey, New York for the weekend. We wait for, like, 2 hours for Alex to come while his friend is on the phone talking about, like, kids with cancer and big money transfers and things that had to do with Alex. And we were like, hey, it's getting kind of late. Like, is Alex coming? Like, what's the plan? Should we just go back home because we're kind of tired? Like, if we're going to have plans, can we, like, get on with it? Because it's already getting very late. At this point, I think it was like 2 or 3 in the morning.
I mean, he's a world famous UFC fighter. Like, I don't know what you expect. I think you should have just gone home at that point.
Eventually, Alex comes to the hotel room after the interview that he was at, and he says that he doesn't want to go out. He wants to enjoy the time that he has with the people he's with. Some like that. And then he takes off his clothes, gets into bed, orders food, and then is trying to get me to get into bed with him. My friend and me and
Okay, I am going to say at that point, if she didn't want to come, why did she not just leave?
the translator are all sitting on the couch, and he's just sitting in bed staring at me and telling his translator to tell me things and trying to convince me to get into bed with him.
Skycat.live. Mail sent you.
I
Scars
eventually
from the
get
past.
into bed with him
Quest accepted.
because
Scars from the
I was
past.
naive, I guess. I didn't think that
Faint
anything
Blood
was
Root
going to
says,
happen.
I will wait here. I prefer
Got
to
into
avoid
bed with a
centaur
naked
camps.
guy and didn't think anything
Difficult
was going to
memories.
happen? You got into bed with a guy who's naked. Once again, I'm not victim blaming here. If she said no at any point and he kept going, it's still, but he's naked in bed and you got into bed with him thinking nothing would happen. I just, like, the stupidity here is off the charts.
That's another very confusing part of the story because number one, you're a star. You know the ins and outs of sexual advances. Number two, why would you just climb onto his bed even though he's already been relatively creepy to you? And number 3, how are you naive? How can you possibly cite naivety when you're not only an...
Like, she tried to kiss you, he looked at your ass and said it was flame. Like, he's in bed naked, and I just don't, I really am having a hard time with this one, bro.
Fans model. But also, if we go back to, I believe, the first video, you detail your past sexual traumas. Now, given she might have meant something else, but I feel like when approaching this situation, she really should have used a better word than naive.
My friend was there with me. I had told her not to leave me at any point. She had told me not to leave her with the assistant at any point. I thought that we were going to be fine. I thought I was going to be able to maybe try and get myself comfortable by getting into bed with him.
I'm sorry, I can't get over this. You got into bed with a naked guy and thought he didn't want to have sex with you. If I'm naked around any girl, I'm assuming that girl wants to, right? Like, I don't understand. Skibbity toilet's all we have? True.
And cuddling with him, if there was people in the room. I just have problems of my own. I have trauma. This is not the first time that this has happened to me. I was just naive, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I got into bed with him.
So not only do you get into bed...
Man, if there are any real allegations against Alex Pereira, if he did actually do anything, this girl is doing such a bad job by just, like, completely discrediting any future chance anyone has, because now they're all just going to look, man, they're all going to look fake. Jesus Christ.
Bed with him. You also start cuddling him, which, given, that's still no excuse for... But at the same time, everything is slowly starting to fall apart in this story. This guy was being creepy with you. Oh, so I'm just gonna go up and cuddle with him in bed, even though he creepily tried to...
Yeah, once again, like, this is just, it's so stupid. It's sad because it's just a bad video with no proof. Not only that, but her story is, like, it's not even making sense. Like, this story, at this point, is, like, my mind is melting.
Do these sexual advances onto me? No, that doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go up and cuddle with him. Even though, on your account, he was a stranger to you before you guys had met on his trip.
My friend was there. So was the assistant. I thought I was going to be fine. He starts...
Has your friend said anything about this? I'd be super curious if anybody else has corroborated this story.
Touching
Canon
me
Matrix
down
Arist
there.
says, unfortunately I cannot help you.
I keep
Despite
pushing him
Valeka's
off.
death,
I
the
keep
knockouts are
pushing
still a
his
thorn in
hand
our
off.
side.
I keep bringing
Most
his
of the
hand
plains is
back up
contested
to, like,
territory and my forces are
waist
stretched thin.
so that we can just, like,
Perhaps
cuddle.
Sanso Khan can
Because
offer
I'm
some aid.
comfortable with cuddling. I'm not comfortable with putting out with somebody that I don't know. I just met literally for the first time. He's huge, scary, doesn't speak any of my language, and I wasn't comfortable putting out with him because that's just not what I do. He keeps touching me. I keep pushing him off. Eventually, me and my friend say that we're very tired and we would like to go to sleep. They turn all the lights off. My friend and the assistant get into bed. It's a queen-size bed that they get into. I'm in a queen-size bed right next.
They're planning to f*** in the same room. And remember, I had everything what happened to him was talking about that. He still posts, just not as much. He's still around. I met him once in Toronto with Your Movie Sucks. He's a nice dude.
Next to it with Alex. Me and my friend are on the inside of the bed looking at each other under the blankets. He keeps pulling the blanket over me, keeps trying to touch me. I feel suffocated. I feel uncomfortable. I don't know what to do. I've pushed him off so many times at this point, and he's not taking the hint, and these men are clearly not caring about my comfortability. Mind you, again, I don't know what I was thinking. I was naive, I guess. I guess you could say.
Naive doesn't even begin to describe it.
I asked for it by getting into bed with him. I didn't know that this was going to happen. I'm pushing him off of me. He won't get off. He eventually pulls my underwear and my pants down to around, like, halfway on my thighs, and I push him off again. He gets out of bed. He starts screaming and putting his socks and his clothes on. I'm terrified because I don't know what's happening. My pants are around my legs after I told him no and pushed him off, and he's screaming in another language. Me and my friend are looking at each other, hiding under the blankets, like, about to start bawling our eyes out. And he starts telling his translator that he doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him and my friend, and that he wants them to leave.
So he didn't pew?
His translator and my friend leave the hotel room. His translator and my friend leave the hotel room. He immediately starts trying to take my clothes off. He starts trying to take my socks off. I try to tell him no, because I have blisters on my feet from walking around New York in heels for like 10 hours the night before, and I had band-aids on my blisters, and they were going to get ripped off with my socks. I tried to explain to him don't take my socks off, please. He didn't understand that. So at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm in a room with a huge man that doesn't speak English. He's not understanding what I'm saying. He doesn't give a because I pushed him off so many times, and he doesn't care, and he, like, got up and screamed and scared me into staying in the room with him and making his assistant and my friend leave the room. At this point, I know what's happening. I've been through this before. I know that it's just easiest if I just shut my mouth, do what I have to, put on whatever performance that I have to make it end. He puts me on top of him so that I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to say on TikTok. He puts me on top of him so that we're 69ing. I think that it's just gonna be like normal, like he just pressured me into having sex, and he scared me into having sex with him. It's whatever, like, it's nothing that hasn't happened to me before. Like, I'll just, you know, keep it inside like I usually do and just live with it. He starts using multiple of his fingers, forcefully pushing them into my ass.
Understand what's going on here. Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, you got into bed with a naked dude and didn't think he wanted to have sex with you? I just don't understand. And he put his fingers in your butt, according to you? Maybe that did happen. That's possible. Maybe he's an ass guy, but I don't know, man.
He's basically fisting my ass at this point.
You have to be, I'd say you probably have to be a 6'5" man to me, probably. Anything under that, I think it would be, I would be unrapeable, okay? I would not allow myself to be, especially by a girl. What? By a girl? Cringe.
It hurts really bad, and I'm blacking out and disassociating and, like, just trying not to be there while it's happening. Before his assistant had left the room, I had
It would have to be Alex Pereira. How big is he? Alex Pereira. Oh, he's 6'4". Yeah, he could probably do it, to be honest. I think it would be over for me if he really wanted it. If he wanted to stick his fingers in my butt, I'd have a hard time getting away with that, especially with his combat skills. He'd do that UFC where he, like, gets his legs up. He'd, like, get me in a leg lock. Give me one of those guys with, like, the and then he'd just be like...
Warp drive active.
It would be quite difficult otherwise, I think. I don't think I could ever be by a woman, to be honest, unless I was like drugged. I think it would be quite difficult.
I told him to please tell Alex that I was very nervous. I don't put out on the first time meeting somebody like that. Please emphasize to Alex that I'm very nervous. I haven't had sex with a lot of people. I have a lot of sexual trauma. I freeze up in the moment, and I am not able to have sex with people like that when I first meet them, and I told him.
A Cheeto could. A Cheeto would never do that, but also, listen.
She's really hot.
In the chat. A Cheeto may be tall, but he's not a beast like me, okay? I think I weigh the same as a Cheeto, and he's like 6'6", so I don't, it's impossible, okay? It's impossible. He's like a large spider, and I'm like an average sized beetle, okay? That's the situation there.
I told his translator to tell him that.
If she was coerced into this situation where she had to have sex with Alex Pereira,
Is she a prostitute? No, she's an OnlyFans girl, which, I mean, people say it's a prostitute, but she's not someone who has sex for money in a literal sense.
is absolutely 100%. But this is only the first part of this alleged incident, and I'm going to play the very last video she put out detailing this incident.
He picked
Alright, last video of the butt allegations.
me up from off of on top of him, asks me the only time he spoke English.
Proof? Like, what the kind of allegation is this? Get your together. Someone asked for proof. This is what she says.
This entire time that I was with him was to ask me to help him put it in. I tried to put it in, but I was
Oxa
nervous.
says, I know nothing of your missing friends,
So I
but
couldn't.
Tamal might.
So
She has led
he
our
did
scouting
it,
efforts and would best be
and he
able to
put
aid
it in
you.
my ass,
Tell her that she
and
is to
then
assist you in this matter with whatever you need.
Afterwards, he got up, he took a shower, I laid in bed, just kind of like disassociated, not even really like realizing.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but without proof, I don't really know. Also, I get she's like scared of this 6'4", you know, beast MMA fighter. That makes sense, but you helped him put it in. I don't know. I don't know. There's not enough here to make a real judgment, right? Like, I don't want to say she's lying, but I don't have any proof she's telling the truth either. So in terms of Alex Pereira, I think I must say innocent until proven guilty, and at this point I have to say he's innocent.
Nope, I think I see a rape victim. I disagree with you, Tom. I think it's the bias against women anyways. If you didn't have it, it'd be a lot easier for you to see what is actually right in front of you. Read the room. How was that sound?
Full with these knockout hit and run raids, but if the Khan commands it, then I will help. Let me gather some scouting reports. I will meet you and your friend outside the city.
I'm hungry for some reason. Like hungry enough to eat something. My stomach is like, I don't know, I'm not sure I've been eating enough. I have something I could eat. I don't really want to be distracted from the op though. Oh, we're bashing something, huh? Partners on. Okay, looks like we're at our first objective. It took a while.
Warp drive
Sorry it's
active.
slow. Hank.
Warp drive active.
What have you brought me, outsider? Only the greatest of. What have you brought me, outsider?
Hunting trophy completed.
What have you brought me, outsider? Clan. What have you brought me, outsider? Hunt instructor Basku. Hunt instruct.
You have been disconnected from Blizzard services.
Warp drive active.
Oh, we got a fight, I think. Oh, what was that? They disappeared. No, wait, no, they're there. They're way out there, I see.
Warp drive active.
Here it comes. We're about to bomb these motherfuckers, I think.
Your security status has been lowered. The capacitor is empty.
Oh, here they
The
are.
capacitor is empty.
There's two Magus.
The capacitor is empty. The capacitor is empty.
Oh, here's somebody.
The capacitor is empty. The capacitor is empty.
Look at this guy, he's taking so much fire. Oh no. It's annoying. He like blocked me from aiming him. Did the drones die? Drones died. He called a target switch. Nope. No good present. Oh, he's dead. They killed him so quick. That's off. Aligned to Gamel. music anymore, I guess.
A module has run out of charges.
Here's an oracle. This is fun. I don't care if we lose, it's still fun. We're actually getting a fight.
Warp drive active.
Now he warped us finally. But he didn't warp us to Gamel, so the align didn't really matter.
Warp drive active. Unable to lock on to it. Where is it? I can't read. Governor Lee, Jumpstart Gamel. Let's just warp to member. Warp drive active.
Fucking annoying. Oh no, am I gonna get tackled? Maybe. Nope. That was one of the last ones out of there, though.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I think one of my add-ons is breaking the game. I'm going to reload without it. I think I constantly disconnect because of it. It breaks me. And so we come in and I'm going to try the third person on. Nope, I want to. Yes, much better. I just want the game's third person. There, that's better. Yep. No, but I think the targets are like jerking my camera around and it's kind of annoying. Well, I showed up, and that's what matters. We didn't really get a real fight, but that's all right. Ooh, what happened there?
Autopilot engaged. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Why won't you print screen? You're so stupid. Your Steam is open. Print screen. Print screen. You won't print screen. It's so stupid. Print screen. You're so stupid. Whatever your thing is, I don't even know. Whatever. Okay, well, at least I didn't lose an eagle today. That's always good. Let's go back.
What had just happened. I'm scared as and I don't know if I can use the shower, and I'm scared to ask him. So I just go to the bathroom and I sit on the toilet for a few...
This is a normal girl who met a freak. If you can't fucking see
Approaching Stargate.
Oh yeah, did Borderlands explode? Yeah, Borderlands kind of exploded, huh? It would be fun to join somebody else's Tiny Tina's game. I think I would like to play some Mortal. And man, one of the cool things is I believe there's nothing stopping me right now from just loading it. I don't even think WoW and Mortal kind of interfere with each other, really. We'll see, but they're on completely different things. And I think WoW's too high. WoW is definitely too high. The frames are just not good. And I don't know, is it the...
Some resources. Home. There's a saying for this: survival of the fittest.
Jumping.
Yeah, ray trace shadows are on high. I want them off. I want to reload UI.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
And then, okay, ray trace shadows are off. I want to buy frames where I can get them. Shadows down, liquid good, particle, SSSA, all the rest of that stuff. Yep, and then I thought, I don't know why they don't have DLSS. Why don't you have DLSS? Yeah, never mind, I'll use that. That's fine. Apply. Yeah, I should have bought frames there, but I mean, I did. I kind of bought frames there. There's a lot going on, but it's definitely playing better. And I would like to see how Mortal plays well with these clients and stuff, because I'll put it in the roster if it'll play well. I've decided that I like Mortal, but I like didn't know what I wanted yet.
Approaching Stargate.
I think I don't know if I like Spear, though it works. It fucking works. I like just fucking aggressively stabbing people.
Autopilot jumping.
Gotta go back to Jita. I decided I'm gonna take a Gila out to Pofen, so I can kill the ships when they come by the station. Because I can just go back in the station. I didn't think about that, but as long as I don't get popped on the way out, and that could happen, I could lose 300 million instantly. It's alright though. This was a good fight. It was a fun day. I'm glad I attended. Showed him that I love him, and I'm not trying to forget about him.
Plain Bloodhoof says, absolutely not.
Busy.
I will not have you following us about.
So you guys here are watching EvE Online. Thank you. That was the op.
Scout
It's
Tamal
over.
says, you don't want me here.
And
I don't want to be here. But my calm commanded me to help you with this, and that is exactly what I am here to do.
I'm gonna go to
Approaching Stargate.
Patch T-dubs slash oops T-dubs and oh, Barari, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're still with me, Barari, but my PC specs are 4.7 gigahertz, 64 gigabytes of RAM, 4060 Ti. I think that should give you an idea. It's a Alienware R11, which is, you know, a little older. It's like 4 years old. It's not too old. Hope that answers the question.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Oh, good. Yeah, you are here. I do see you. Oh, good. I answered your question. Yeah. It's 4060 Ti mainly. But yeah, I just upgraded. Just oh god, I don't know, 10-15 days ago, I bought a 4060 Ti for $525. And between the 64 gigabytes of RAM and the 4060 Ti, I do multi-client gaming, and this hardware is kicking ass, as you can see.
Approaching Stargate.
EvE Online, and then I'm going to tuck Mortal 2 somewhere here in this title. I'm glad I got to respond to somebody today. I never catch the chat because I'm recording, and I'm sorry if I don't respond to you guys. I don't mean anything by it. I'm just recording, and I really mean this. I know it sounds like I'm being an asshole, and I don't want to talk to people because I'm an asshole, and I don't want to talk to people. But mainly, I don't ignore you guys to be rude. I do it because I'm recording. And I'm dead serious, you know. 87, I put the wrong date in. Damn it, 8788. Okay, there's our final title. EvE Online is going to,
Autopilot jumping.
It's going to World of Warcraft, done. Then we gotta come to the live stream and change it. Public, done. I've listed this thing so many times. I don't know, it's fucking
Warp drive active.
I hate how you lie to me. Fucking piece of shit software. Piece of shit software. Why do you lie to me? It just really angers me. You lie to me all the time. You're like, oh, it's running, you're fine, you're public, and no, I'm not. It's been 3.5 hours. You fucking lied to me. I come back.
Approaching
you lied to
Stargate.
me. Okay, so okay, good. Then finally,
Autopilot
FFXI.
jumping.
Oh, did I miss anything else? While I was here, you ever play ESO? Yes. I did ignore you. No, I didn't mean to do that. Yes, I have. I think something like I don't know. Let's go see.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Where is my Steam? It's on my other TV. Yeah, it's on my other TV. Ooh, Bethesda QuakeCon sale. Let's see what that is. Anyways, library, Elder Scrolls Online. I have all the Elder Scrolls, as you can see, but the ESO, I'm a big Elder Scrolls Bethesda person. My big one is 76. I have 970 hours in Fallout 76 is my big Bethesda game. And because I feel the 76 is inferior to ESO in every way but the sociality, I kind of ended up falling on 76 when it came to a Bethesda MMO or ZeniMax MMO. But I did play quite a lot of ESO, as you can see, 500 hours. So... yeah, so yeah, I love ESO. I'd like to return to it, but to this day, I still have a serious fucking complaint with the way that they do storage in the respect. And I want to go back to ESO too, because I heard they did kind of a Torghast type deal where
Autopilot jumping.
there's like a random dungeon now that's procedurally generated like Torghast, and that's supposed to have cracked open ESO like really bad. But and I haven't gone back to revisit yet, but I have, as you can see, I've got so many games on my docket. Like I can tell you where I spend my time. It's 76. I've got 1,000 hours in it. Rust is the greatest game I think ever made. I've got 5,000 hours in it. I've been kind of like making the foray into New World, but I quit New World. But I think New World is a really good game. I got 1,400 hours in that. Mortal Online I've been working on a lot lately, 300 hours, but I'm still really a noob. And what's the other big ones? I play a lot of Final Fantasy 11. I don't know what my time is on Horizon, but maybe I can find out. Let's see. 113 days, whatever that is. It's 500 hours or something on just this Final Fantasy 11 private server. And so between Rust, EvE, FFXI, 76, WoW, and Dungeonborn, 7 Days to Die. Those are my 8 main games that you'll see on my channel. And you'll see why ESO is not on my channel at all. Because by the time I get through all of those, 76 is at the bottom of my list, and I still feel that 76 is a superior game to ESO in every single way. From the music, to the story, to the combat. And I'm not trying to say ESO is a bad game. I love ESO, or I wouldn't have spent 500 hours on it. I'm just more of a 76 person than I am ESO. So every time that I want to go play ESO, I'll tell you what my problem is, right? Every time I want to go play ESO, 135 gigs, and I can't put that on my C drive right now. When the tech gets better, I'll be a little bit more inclined to play ESO. But even WoW, my loads are like, I don't know, 45 seconds long or something like that. Pretty long because they're on my F drive, which is my 2 terabyte external. And so 76 is always sitting there, and I have a lot of hours in 76, and every single time I ever want to go play ESO, I think, oh, but I already have 76 installed, and I like 76 more, and I've spent a lot of money on 76, like,
approaching
probably,
station.
I don't know, $500, something like that. So I think, oh, well, there's 2 really good, and I will say this, and I believe it too. I really fundamentally believe, like, for instance, on ESO, I own every expansion. I believe, anyways. I own a bunch of them. I own Morrowind. I believe in ESO enough to buy, there's proof that I believe in ESO, right? I bought Morrowind. I bought Greymore. I bought the Orichalcum one, or whatever it is, Orsinium. I bought, and all of them at $20-$30. So I mean, I as it is, I have spent a lot of money on ESO, but every single time I want to go log in ESO and revisit, because I know they've improved that game. They've added collision boxes, and I watch a lot of ESO streamers and stuff. I love ESO. I actually really believe in it. I have some achievements, I think. I don't know what my achievements are in this, but my primary time in ESO is actually on PlayStation 4. I have more hours than this. I think I have another 1,200 hours or something on PlayStation 4 as well. If they let me move my character to PC, so I think I've actually got something total like 1,700 hours in ESO, but I just can't choose ESO over 76, and there's only so many hours in the day. There's only so many main MMORPG games I can play. As you can see, I constantly try to keep 3 to 5 of them running because there's just not enough time in the day. And I don't care if I'm not playing each one at once. They're all kind of auto swing games. That's my other problem with ESO is 76 is a jack-off game with VATS where you don't have to do shit but press a button and start pressing the fire button. That's it. You don't have to aim. You don't have to think about bosses. You don't have to think about 76 in anywhere fucking form. I've got my loot key set up on an auto turbo fire, and I will strip a room in like 10 seconds. ESO as well. I'll do the same thing in ESO if they don't bust me for crime. And like, you know, and my whole thing is I play games without thinking. ESO requires too much thinking. The combat requires too much thinking. The dungeons require too much thinking and guidance and all this stuff. As you notice, like WoW is sort of a simple from point A to point B affair. I just open the fucking thing and I just return to WoW. The only reason I'm staying here and doing the content is because I can just open something. I can decide what I want to do. Like, I don't know. I know I probably can't kill that thing, but I'll go try, I guess. Oh, and you know, there's money up north. So yeah, I'll go try and get money up north. Like right here is 670 gold. I left click a button, right? I jump into the fucking sky. ESO lacks this. It's got good portals, ESO, but it lacks this really bad, right? And I just fucking put on the auto run and I fire off in a direction. I switch to this game. I start auto crafting. I switch to the next game, which is EvE, right? And I do a little bit of work here, and that is another reason why I'm not on 76 in ESO as much as I want, is because 76 is still not jack off enough for me. I'm looking for casual, and 76 is as good Bethesda gets, as good as Bethesda gets casual in my opinion. I will play the 76 soundtrack when I'm not even playing the game. I believe it to be the greatest suite ever produced, short of classical music, like Tchaikovsky and stuff like that. And so I guess the reason that I'm not on ESO right now today is 76 stole my heart. It sucks, but it did. And I've got like 3,000 hours in 76 between PlayStation 4 and PC. And so the long pointless answer, but I used your question for content. Thank you for the interesting question. Is Bethesda got me with 76, honestly. Then they broke my heart when the main dev left, kind of like Overwatch. The main dev left 76 and he was saving 76. Now Bethesda's saving 76 and they aren't doing that good of a job, but the new expansion was really fucking good. And that's in Skyline Valley, which is another reason why I want to return to ESO, is if Skyline Valley was good, I know that the new stuff in ESO is good. I know it is. I know ZeniMax makes really good stuff. So, and I believe in ZeniMax. I just don't have enough hours in the day for ESO. And I'll tell you now, my biggest problem with ESO, and I wish they would change it. I've complained to Bethesda and put it on the forums before. I have 8 characters. It's like Skycat's herbs, Skycat's cloth, Skycat's runestones, Skycat's fucking ore, Skycat's this and that, right? I've got 8 tunes on ESO. I don't want to pay the monthly all the time because I play 7 MMOs at once, and all of them I play differently. So in a different times, in a different spurts, with different amounts of energy or whatever, right? And so Bethesda was extremely disrespectful in ESO with the storage. They dump tons and tons and tons and tons of loot, but there's nowhere to put it. And sure, if you pay for it, you get the endless reagent bank, which is what a true ESO veteran will tell me. But ESO is fairly expensive for how little I can play it, you know? To actually sub to ESO, it's fairly expensive. It opens up everything, which I really respect. Now, what's that sound? Oh yeah, so I ran north like a little bit too far, right? But I still did most of the journey AFK. And I'm into AFKing these days like a slimy, casual bastard. I've got 600, 700 wins in Fortnite. I went to Platinum in Overwatch. I ran a 36-man clan in Rust, and my PvP days are over. So, like, anything hardcore, I don't do anything hardcore. And the most hardcore thing I do is a duo in 7 Days to Die. I don't do anything hardcore, and ESO is entirely a hardcore game, believe it or not. It is entirely hardcore. It takes so much of your time, just like WoW. WoW is not a hardcore game. ESO is.
Part of the joy of exploring is documenting our finds.
To truly love ESO, I put enough time in it to know. It is really a dragon on your time. It really is very disrespectful on your time. It kind of is. So I'm not besmirching the game or saying it's bad. I wouldn't have played it for whatever I did, 1,200 hours, if I didn't truly believe in ESO. I do. I remember the days that I first started playing it on PlayStation 4 when I was a PlayStation 4 baby, long before I was a streamer, like 3-4 years before I was a streamer. I started streaming like 3 years ago. ESO was the greatest social experiment I have ever witnessed, short of Rust. And I still believe it capable of that sort of experience. It just sort of moved towards the grindy dungeon, dragging on your time, sort of, time sinking you quite a lot to get a good set made and get all your sets and all your transmog and stuff. And honestly, if I were to do a game like that, I'm going to do this one because ESO won't let you do this, ESO will not let you fucking fly into the fucking sky, and that's the other problem with ESO is honestly 76 will give you a jetpack. It'll let you teleport anywhere. I mean, so will ESO. They're really not really any different. They're the same game. But even 76 still has a lot more traversal than I believe ESO has. Look at this. I can just fly, soar around. I can turn off the UI and I can just totally immerse myself in this shit. I can fucking goblin glider around and even gain some more speed and fuck around with toys and all this stuff. ESO will let you do this stuff, but I just don't believe it lets you do it so mindlessly. ESO will let you do this stuff. It will. But it doesn't let you do it as mindlessly, and that is the gameplay that I'm looking for. I respect ESO more than I do a lot of the other MMORPGs because it won't let you turn your brain off. It will for running dungeons and stuff like that if you've done it 50 billion times before, but it doesn't really let you turn your brain off. You're always sort of like, okay, now I've got to go to here, now I've got to go to there. 76 I've done so many times that I can do it in my sleep. It's the only reason why I still play the game, because otherwise I would say that Bethesda does not respect your fucking time. They respect your fast travel time, but they don't really respect your time with the inventory. That's my problem. When I open this inventory, I'm like, oh my god.
Is being empowered by the Dream Surge.
Like, ESO gives you 90 slots. This is, I don't know, what is this? This is like, and the bank is like, they just opened up another portable bank that I don't even know how to fucking open or whatever. I don't even know how to open the portable bank yet, because I haven't even, like they just released it like a few days ago. I don't even know how you open the bank. Maybe my mod's interfering with it now, and that might be it. Shit. I hope not. I hope my mod's not interfering with this. Anyways. So, and that's my breakdown on ESO. It'll go back in my roster at some point, but I believe that I think any human, unless they're a madman like me and they play so many MMORPGs that they're basically like a empty vessel where human used to be. Right, and they just do MMOs all day, which is what I am. I still don't have time for ESO. I'm an empty vessel where a human used to be. I've left humanity. I still don't have time for ESO because it really requires you to do stuff. It requires you to do the delve and loot the loot and all that stuff. And as time goes on, that gets harder and harder for me. Now I'll look for a response, though I doubt there is one, but we'll go see and make sure I didn't be rude to you. And hi, Intel FPS. I played 76 in beta. I've been thinking about picking it back up. Yeah, 76 is good. It's a bad game. It's chonky and kind of dumb like ESO, but I love it. I give it a 9.2. Come for the music. Stay for the storyline. Beat Skyline Valley because it's really fucking good. It's genuinely good Bethesda material, and then leave. Just like ESO. I would say the same thing for ESO. Come for a couple of months, stomp in Morrowind, stomp in all of the MSQ, and then leave. because the games don't really respect your time. They're not good lifestyle games. Like in my title is the MMO lifestyle. And I don't really think ESO respects the MMO lifestyle, or they would have fixed the inventory. Can you hear it in my voice? I actually literally have like a fucking issue with it. Like if they had fixed the inventory, I would have ESO spun up with all these other clients right now as I speak, and I would be playing it. I would, but I know what happens. You run back to Davin's watch. You run to the fucking sewer over and 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 over again. And I love ESO. I love them. I like their kind of lukewarm poop sound music. I like everything that ESO did, everything about it, even the combat. I like the combat. It used to be really fun when it started. But I don't really think they respect the players who stuck around, which is the problem. That's something the rest of these companies are doing. Like they're like, I have not run out of space in this WoW inventory in years. It just doesn't happen, you know? And if I do, I go to my bank, and I can't open my bank remotely, but the bank is just as big as this, and they just quadrupled the size of the bank. I have, I don't know, 1,400 slots or something, and Blizzard and you know, Bethesda, they use what's up, Intel FPS? I did not mean to ignore you. I often do not respond, and I'm terribly sorry about that. But hi guys, I love you. I'm glad I caught some people today, because I almost never do, and I want you guys to understand I'm not ignoring you to be disrespectful. It just sort of breaks the vibe. Yep, and that's my vibe about that is that ESO is a wonderful game, but they've got to get full flight going or something. They've got to get something with the combat. Collision boxes were good, but the combat just isn't hard enough. It doesn't really respect people who grew up on Rust and Dark Souls and stuff like that. It doesn't really respect people like that. So the combat's got to be a little bit harder, I think, but I don't know what to tell them to do to make it that way. And then my only other complaint, all the rest of it is pure gold, is that they don't respect your time with the inventory. They just really don't. 76 doesn't either, but 76 at least like gives you 76 is less respectful than ESO. 76 is less, and that's a game I like even more. 76 is less respectful than ESO when it comes to the inventory, believe it or not. You get, maybe if you're full strength spec, like a good Fallout player, which is 15 points in the strength, you get, I think, max 320 carry weight. And, okay, I can loot a room, and the average room in a Bethesda game is at least 26 pounds. So do the math on that. You travel through fucking 4 rooms, you've already got 100 pounds. By the time you've reached the 12th room of the endless goddamn dungeon of ESO or 76, you have capped out. What do? You can't sprint. What do? You gotta go back to goddamn town again. You gotta mail to an alt or something. I mean, in 76 you can't even mail to the alt. You just have to scrap it all. It's like that song, you know, It Just Works. It's like Bethesda filled the fucking worlds with you know, with rotten fucking tampons and rusty old diapers and just all this stuff that you can pick up, spark plugs, and just all the stuff that, you know, and this is a complaint that the community has had for 15 years. We just don't have the inventory space to deal with the amount of shit that you put in your game. We love you. We love your games. I love Todd Howard. Suck on his dick if I was gay. I don't care, you know, like whatever, like whatever, no homo or whatever. But I mean, you know, don't care. And I don't know if I can play this without actually catching a DMCA. I think I actually did catch a DMCA last time I played this. But anyways, listen to It Just Work. It Just Works, and there's gonna be this guy singing at the end. It's like, it's just not the game we need. We need more inventory space and all this other stuff. And you can hear the fucking community just yelling about it. And yeah, ESO just, what do you think about the Alex Pereira allegations? I think he's a rapist. I think she didn't know how to read the room because she's too young. I think when a young person comes across a rapist, I think they are groomed in a certain way, and I think they're both dumb. Is that okay? I'm an equal opportunity hater. I think they're both dumb. I think he's a rapist, and I think she's dumb. But I think he did do stuff to her without her permission. I know, because every girlfriend I've ever fucking had has been raped by someone else, not me. And I know the damage when I fucking see it. And I know a confused young woman who was out of her league. And trust me, that those situations, they're not easy for either side. So I don't have sympathy for either side. That's cold. Damn, that's cold. That's cold. That's harsh. You know, been listening to the Alex Pereira thing. What's up? I suddenly pulled 6 viewers. Suddenly, what's up, guys? So, anyways, I think I've been listening to the Alex Pereira thing, and while I think this girl, I know the type. She's been damaged before. This is my type. This is my type. It's very rare. They've been damaged before. They know better now, but they're still young and they're still impressionable and they're not fucking perfect. They believe themselves to be perfect and how beautiful they are, the way they execute their clothes, their rooms, their shoes, their houses, their fucking money, their lives. It's a perfect girl. You can see it. I know because I dated one for 5 years, something on and off for 5 years. I lived with her for about a year and, I don't know, 4 months or something like that. And my ex is so much like this girl. It's scary. And I know the type, and they're damaged goods, and they gravitate in this, and I'm like this too. I'm damaged goods too. I mean, my father, after my father and after the man who tried to kill me, I have PTSD. And when you have PTSD due to being damaged goods and stuff, it's sick, but this is a true thing about psychology. You go around the people that hurt you, and you go looking to get hurt. It happened to Amber Heard. It happened to, who's the lady that got hurt by Marilyn Manson? Evan Rachel Wood. They don't know any better. They're dumb. They're young. They're young, dumb, and full of cum. And they just don't know any better to not go around sadomasochistic PTSD dudes who honestly were probably hurt by their fathers, like us all, who are just reliving out some weird sexual fantasy like butt rape or something like that. He supposedly put his fingers in her butt, I think. And that's okay. I don't care about butt play, but it is unacceptable with somebody who has not given permission or consent. But I mean, I don't go around Marilyn Manson not expecting the S&M sex torture sex dungeon. I don't think she should have gone around this crazy, juiced up MMA fighter with no rules, who's savage, who has a bad reputation, and has literally employed like fixers and like groomers, like the way that Jeffrey employed Ghislaine Maxwell. And she didn't know what she was going up against when she went in there. And sure, she got in the bed with him, but she didn't know it was going to lead to rape. And this happens every single fucking day. This is how rape occurs. It sucks, but it does. And the gender politics do not equalize out. I challenge any good-hearted man to come up with the evidence. And that's the problem with, I think, a lot of the sort of judgmental stuff when it comes to viewing the woman's side of things. How the fuck is she supposed to get the evidence? Does she run a rape kit? Is she the FBI? Does she call the cop? I mean, I know she should have done this, but you got to remember, she was just raped. She's sitting in a dark spot inside of her soul, curled up like a fucking broken figurine, as she's trying to pick up the shatter. You can see it in her face. Trust me, you can see it in her face. In the real ones, you can see it in her face. She's trying to pick up the shattered pieces of her soul. She's not thinking about an FBI fucking rape kit like the outside is. It's easy to take shots at them up there. But, it's easy to take shots at them up there. It is. Like the politicians, the rape victims, all the people that it's easy to take shots at them up there. But remember, when you're up there, it's hard to think. You're under pressure. You were just raped. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about how are you going to tell your parents? How are you going to tell how are you going to tell your best friend? You're not how are you going to get this guy out of your life? What are you going to do? If you try to leave the room, is he going to full-blown capture you and kill you because he just raped you? You guys ever consider how really bad it is on their side of things? And I see it in her eyes.
Minutes.
Now, I'm going to run the skycat.live test, right? We're going to watch her fucking eyes for, we're going to really watch her fucking eyes. I'm gonna watch her fucking eyes in like a real verifiable way. I want to pull my on-screen magnifier right, and I want to watch her fucking eyes for a minute. And we're gonna watch her fucking eyes, and I'm gonna just run you. I don't care what you think. I don't care what the public thinks. My own counsel will I keep about this. You know, I don't care what you or anybody else thinks about this. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. My own counsel will I keep about what I think about a person. So now we will watch the eyes very fucking closely.
I literally bleed. I come back to bed
Out of your ass?
after going to the bathroom. He kisses
Lie.
me on the forehead and he spoons
Truth.
me to sleep.
I'm
Lie in the bathroom. Truth about kissing her.
not really.
He's touching her without her permission. That is the truth. She's telling the truth about that.
Vince?
The bathroom thing was a lie. She's spinning lies up into it, which is everybody's problem. She's spinning lies up into it because it may not have been as totally bad, but I believe this man did violate this woman. It's fucked up, but I do believe he did.
To be honest with you, like I don't really understand what the f going on.
His translator and my friend came in the next morning.
That's the truth?
I get dressed.
Truth.
They get us an Uber. We go back to our hotel.
That's a
pack our
lie.
stuff, and
Lie.
that
Truth.
That's it. That's what happened.
I think she's lying about something that she's not proud of. I think she kept hanging out with him afterwards. They often do. And I'm sorry, but that's and I felt the same thing about Amber Heard, right? Amber Heard, I'm a big Amber Heard fan. I'm a big Johnny Depp fan. And excuse me for just a second here. I'm sorry. And I'll tell you why. Johnny Depp got on in her panties and drug searched her for his dope. That is rape. And once that's happened, I don't really care what's happened if they're beating the shit out of each other. That's just domestic violence. Both of them are wrong. And often I usually fall this way. I tend to fall like the marriage counselor side on things because I have married people. I have been a minister and I have married people in my real life. This is the truth. I have helped relationships flourish and I have helped them dissolve naturally without damage and without pain. I'm good at relationship stuff, and the girls trust me with it, so I will give you my honest advice. I see a rape victim here who is lying about several things, and I think she also hung around him afterwards. But that'll never be proven. And as for a rape kit, I don't think you're gonna find one. I don't need one. I take her word at this.
That nobody was gonna
These are not lies.
To be honest, you can't really expect anyone to believe you right now.
So now we go back a little bit. Well, no, we don't. I think
if she provided proof,
what's happening here? You're like scrolling around the wrong direction on magnifier or whatever. Now, how do you turn it off? Maybe Control Delete or whatever. Oh God, I forgot how you turn this off. Yeah, I just want the magnified to go away. I want you to go away and the magnifier task. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah. So I watched Amber Heard's eyes. I watched Johnny Depp's eyes all through the goddamn thing. I've never had the only people I've ever let lie to me are people that I want to lie. No, well, not want, but people that I want to let lie to me because I respect their feelings so much that they obviously need to lie to me because they care what I think, right? But I'm not known for kind of like, kind of swallowing humans bullshit. I'm pretty good not doing that,
A lot different.
I got tricked recently on an ISK deal worth about $7 worth of ISK, but he used my corp credentials to do it. He had the assignation when he sold me. He sold me a fucking cap ship for 1.8 bill, but he had the title that he said that he had. It was somebody who had wasted so much time that he had literally infiltrated our organization and had taken a leadership position and sat there for 5 months selling ships to people. And then when he finally got, and I fell for the exit scam, which was that he finally left with our money. That sucked. But the problem is, like, I don't know it. I mean, if he has the credentials, how the fuck am I supposed to know? How the fuck am I supposed to know that? What's up, Megan? How the fuck am I supposed to know that? I am
just getting ready to play games.
Ooh, yeah, nice. Yeah. So so I'll watch her eyes. I maybe don't have time anymore, but I'll watch her eyes a little bit closer later in the stream in a couple of hours, and we'll take a look. I don't see a liar here. I'm sorry, I see a liar here, but I do see a rape victim, unfortunately. Same as Amber Heard. Amber Heard deserved to sort of win. I mean, She didn't really defame him. He searched her vagina for drugs. That's rape. She didn't really defame him. So that court case, it was such a debacle. It went differently. Which game would you like to play?
Hold on, just reading here.
Yeah, I have 4 games running, and I'm in the middle of a what's his name, Alex Pereira do it thing and all that. So just let me know when you're ready.
There'll still be comments being like, "That's my goat," you know, W. But like, if there's proof, at least there's proof. But there's.
I think the witnesses are proof, and I think he dismissed the witnesses because they are handlers and they're like Ghislaine Maxwell types, and they let the scene because it was a rape, and I believe there was a rape, and I believe there's lies. I think she's lying about. I think you know what I hate to say it, but honestly, this girl's a survivor. This isn't the first time something like this has happened to her before.
New mode of some kind in Dungeonborn, or like some temporary event, it looks like.
Yeah, I was mentioning that yesterday, but we didn't really have the time. I was like, I think there's something new. Dungeonborn's good. I'm down.
Oh, there's also daily rewards apparently just for logging in.
I will load Dungeonborn. Oh, I have Mortal open. I'll close it.
Well, it's still kind of sunny in my background. I was thinking it might be nice to start on 7 days again.
Alright.
But I do want to read what the hell's going on here, though.
7 days. I'm launching. Oh. I have Overwatch 2 on Steam now? Oh, no, it's on BNet.
There's not.
So this girl's a survivor, right? So let me tell you how the sexual politics work, right? She goes around a dude. She's shopping him for a husband. It sucks, but that's true. 22-year-old women like this, they are shopping husbands. She wants to settle down with him, breed, get a house, have babies. Maybe she doesn't want to do that. Maybe she wants to be a streamer or a career girl, whatever she wants to do with her life. But that's what women around her age are doing, right? That's what they're doing with their life. And so she goes around shopping him for a mate. She sees money in somebody that she's sexually attracted to, but somebody that
I wonder what this custom game mode is the Dungeonborn has.
Ooh, custom.
Yeah, well, the 3 I don't know shit about. They've got the Mithril Order, which says they give you equipment and you don't lose your shit when you die. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? And there's Training Room, which probably just lets you verse monsters. And then Custom Game. It has maps like Broken Fortress, Hall of the Departed, Sanctum Remnants.
Can we set the difficulty super high and then just keep the other players out?
You've got Team Deathmatch and whatever BO7 is.
What's BO7? You're a gamer, go find out.
Yeah, it's like, it might just be like custom PvP shit.
I know what to do.
If it's custom, like set up your own map, that sounds like a loot farm that's safe.
I know what to do in these situations. It's called Google. How to have the perfect start? Nope. Google did not know what the you said BO7?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does not pull anything at all.
B, the letter O, 7.
Oh, letter O. Okay, yeah, that's what I did. So, yep, no knowledge on the internet. So.
According to my search, game modes, you can choose free-for-all, team deathmatch, or co-op. So you're doing objectives and defeating monsters.
Let's do PvE Dungeonborn. That sounds so fun to me. We should do like one PvE run and to get geared, and then we should do one PvP run with the gear that we got. Like Tarkov. That's the Tarkov cycle. Scav to PMC. It's a good extraction game if it's given custom. That's a good game. I'm a believer now. I mean, I always was, but I'm a big believer now if they got custom mode. They're not a flash in the pan. It's good. Or maybe they are, but it remains to be seen. I am in 7 days whenever's. I'm just gonna pause it till you're in. So the time's not running. And I'm playing EvE and FFXI in the meantime. I'm still in this fleet. Oops. Had a nice 150, well, it was 100 v 100 today. We had to run because they brought capital ships. Fucking pussies. Now I have to go back to Jita in a shuttle. I want to leave this clone here, and I want to just clone. Oh no, I can't clone jump. I have to jump to a dead clone. I want to install another dead. I want to kill this clone here, destroy it.
I can't seem to find anything about what custom game mode is.
Because it's brand new. It's been out like a day. Probably catch like some Kotaku articles. You know? That's awesome. It's a good problem to have. It's good for us because it would dictate maybe playing Dungeon Board a little bit more than we have. You know, if we don't have the threat of getting backstabbed by rogues out of nowhere constantly. Like what happened yesterday. I couldn't have done shit about that. As it was, I actually did get out of that rogue jumping me with 50% health, but there was a warrior on top of me. If that shit wasn't happening until we wanted it, the game is a lot deeper than Dark and Darker. Because I don't think you have an option in Dark and Darker, do you? To turn PvP off? I don't think so.
Okay, I found a page that just explains it pretty well, gamepressure.com for Mithril Order.
You should link it. Sorry to interrupt, but easier to read probably, like on Discord. Thank you.
So it gives you one of three classes: fighter, priest, or rogue. That's pre-geared out, so it's a pre-made character you play with. You're basically just doing a standard dungeon with monsters and players hitting around. So your goal is to gain reputation level. You do that from killing monsters, flat out doing damage, and from killing other players.
Okay.
If you die, you don't lose anything on your main character.
Really, you just go back to town with the loot that you picked up.
When you escape, every item you've gathered will be dismantled for materials or sold for treasure automatically and set to your main character. So, like, if you're turning shit into, like, dismantling it at the heirloom guy, it's the same thing. So, if it's a treasure item, it sells it. If it's a dismantle item, it dismantles it. So, you're not going to get epics and you'll be able to wear them on your main guy, but you can still get, like, the materials from epics. So, it's actually pretty rewarding, it looks like. But it's saying that gaining reputation will allow you to unlock new abilities connected with your faction, as well as better starting gear. So we might not have the same garbage gray shit whenever we die.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, I'm down.
So that might actually be the thing to grind. It's like an easy, safe mode where we can just kill shit and have no consequences. Just it's a way to build yourself up.
Yes, I'm used to the loop. I played a lot of Tarkov. Yep.
That being said, I'm hopping on 7 days here.
I am changing my title with your name.
That's nice to get an article that actually says what the fuck's happening with the mode and Dungeon Board.
And I'm in. You can load right away. Okay, guys, if you were here for EVE or WoW, this content changes yet again. I'm terribly sorry. We're going to 7 Days to Die. Zombies! Unlock new abilities is actually really big. Yeah.
It sounds like they need to give some fucking tutorial shit for new players to tell them what to do. Because, you need to unpause your server.
Oh, I'm sorry. There you are.
Yeah, it sounds like when you start the game, you should do the tutorial that they start you on, and then literally just play Mithril Order. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. I think so too. Is there still a storm? There's still a storm, right?
You're talking about,
Like
in Dark and Darker?
In Mithril Order?
I didn't see any mention of there being a storm, but I would imagine there is. I think it's everything but that first map on the lowest difficulty has the storm.
Bandolier mod if you need. It's a nice night, but I don't want to carry it. Okay, so now... I've noticed that 7 Days messes up my HDR quite a lot. Which is fine, but you have to go to the Windows thing and change it off and on. Another game does this too, I forget which one. Oh wait, no nightlight, the HDR. Oops. There. That probably killed my FFXI client. Yep. Oh, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Whole message was swearing. Execution bit my cut. Now I think she's after me. Okay, can you give me my relationship advice? I said that something should show up on stream ops. My your donation doesn't show up. I'm terribly sorry. Thank you, Silver Ninja. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Silver Ninja. Right on. All right, there we go.
Okay, so where we left off, I had made the gyros, which is neat.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
And I also made basic mods for the gyros, which you need to get out of the workshop right now.
Alright, go on. Oh, I have to do something with my... I found out what it was, why my abilities weren't working yesterday, Begon. It's because I use auto fire on my mouse 4 and mouse 5, and they've got some kind of hook that prevents you from doing that. Some games do that. And I finally figured it out. I was like, why? And I remembered that my auto spam is probably setting off their anti-cheat. So I'm just gonna take the auto fire off my keys, so that doesn't happen again. Because the only reason the only game I use auto fire for is WoW. But they added it to WoW. Oh yeah, the workbench. Got it. These are car parts for this helicopter. Oh no.
Yeah, the parts are for the gyrocopter, except for the shovel.
Oh yeah.
The shovel is obviously to stop you from wrecking your damn car, because it makes you kill blocks and zombies better, but it reduces the damage you take for hitting shit. That being said, I am gonna start driving off to the next quest.
Okay, I'm gonna dump then. Go on in just a second. I have legendary parts and stuff. These mods were for the helicopter, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so just store them? Okay.
Well, you should have your helicopter.
Oh, I do? Oh, did you give it to me?
Only last night. It's in the vehicle box.
Oh, vehicle box. Vehicle box. Car parts, you mean? Oh, yes. Oh, no, that's... yes, it was. Okay. Cool. I've got my heli, my truck, and...
I mean, I'm not gonna bother with the heli right now, but it'll be good for exploration later and finding the fucking desert.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you already found the desert, didn't you?
Yes. I have a trader exploration one, too. I need my motorcycle, which I don't see. How is that right? Oh, I must have put it away. My motorcycle is not here. What did we do last night?
Yeah, that's always important.
So my motorcycle's not on the map and not in my inventory. Oh, drone? Maybe drone. No, I think I already looted the drone. No, miner's kit. So yeah, I have now misplaced my motorcycle.
Doesn't matter, you got a truck and a gyro.
I do, but it sucks. Because it was in my inventory when I went to bed. Alright.
Uh-oh, there's a boy and a girl in the same bathroom. And I can't find tampons anywhere.
Just wait.
I guess Tampon Tim hasn't found his way over the Navasgene or whatever this place is called.
Did you hear that the Veep has a Dewey?
I think I've heard that. I also know Tampon Tim has a whole lot of stolen valor issues that he's fighting with right now.
Uh-oh.
I also know he created a hotline where you could call your neighbors and then rat them out to the government if they're violating his COVID restrictions.
Like the mask thing? Oh,
yeah,
God.
If you weren't wearing a mask, Tampon Tim created a hotline for you to call to snitch on your neighbor. He's a literal fucking Soviet Russia communist hack. Soviets loved when you tell on your neighbors too.
I am out of ammo. Full blown out. God damn it.
I think Tampon Tim falls in one of the things like, if you're a Democrat and you agree with half the shit he says, that's fine, but you should still hate the person because he's a piece of shit.
I didn't know who he was 72 hours ago.
No one knew who he was before Kamala tapped on him. I don't think she did much research beforehand because he's not someone you want to take. She went with Tampon Tim because Shapiro was the more obvious pick, but I mean, if you... Oh shit, I'm falling. Okay, I think I'm safe, but I fell out of the building.
How did you fall? Oh god.
I fell through the wall. I don't know if it's a bug thing or if the wall actually deleted, but I went through the wall. I got cornered by a bunch of glowers, and I fell through a wall. That's all I can tell you for sure.
Well, my turret's killing me.
Okay, I got back in the dungeon, thankfully. I'm trying to make my way to you.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm out of ammo, but I'm fine. Let's go back to the base.
But, yeah, back before I glitched through a wall as the zombies were literally eating my face.
I saw.
But, yeah, I mean, Shapiro was the obvious choice for Kamala, except half of the left-wing voters right now are super fucking anti-Semitic. And not only is Shapiro obviously a Jew, I mean, the last name, but he's a pro-Israel guy too, so.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, Shapiro was and I'm not talking Ben Shapiro, but...
No, I talked,
yeah,
I knew that about Shapiro, but I didn't know that half the Democrats were anti-Semitic.
Well, Shapiro has given some really good public speeches. Like, he's actually pretty well-spoken and coherent. I mean, he has a lot of ideas I would find questionable, but if you're looking for a candidate, he doesn't appear to be that bad. It's just, I said he's Jewish and pro-Israel, which, like, about half of the fucking Democrat voters wouldn't be willing to vote for Kamala if that was her running mate. Maybe I'm exaggerating by saying half, but there's obviously a large group of anti-Semites that are progressive left-wing voters that hate the shit out of Israel because they love Hamas, because Hamas is a communist state, and they see communists, they want more communism. Okay. That's a whole different conversation to get into, but yeah, Hamasistan has been living off foreign donations for many years. They don't produce anything. They literally just live off of foreign donations and tourism. So they're able to get by being a communist state, and yeah, that's...
They don't have, like, some kind of export?
I don't think they have any actual... I mean, of course, you have, like, cottage industries and stuff in people's backyards, but yeah, I don't think that area of the world actually produces anything besides young terrorists. I have no idea where we're going for this damn quest. Are we going over here?
Clear. We're just clearing and we're looking for dots.
Well, it seems like it wants us to cross the building. You know, there is this house in the halfway point. Maybe that's it. That's like I've been talking about random bullshit, and then I'm like, I don't know where I'm going anymore.
Welcome to my world.
Okay, this is definitely a loot house. There's a loot box here. And there's a falling floor. Hey, get off my box.
My box.
That's literally my box, and I need to move because I can't place more boxes. Because you're on my box, I can't place more.
Mine now. Learn to jump. I'm just kidding.
My way. Ah, I got 2 resp. Oh wow. Okay. Vehicle supercharger mod schematic. The one that increases vehicle acceleration and top speed. That is a big dick mod right there.
Where did I get bullets from?
Getting a lot of bullets for finishing this place. It's infested and tier 5.
Yeah, I hope I don't die.
I mean from the loot, not from you getting the quest turned in. You can die and we'll still get the infested chest.
Yeah.
Not that I'd like you to die. I mean, tier 5 rewards are still pretty neat. A lot of dukes too.
I just want myself to die. I just don't bring ammo. I don't bring ammo to dungeons. I'm just suicidal, I guess.
You mean subconsciously you want yourself to die?
Yeah.
Well, I got something, few like at least decent updates in my life. So
Yeah.
it turns out it's actually unlikely that my soon-to-be ex-wife has a boyfriend. The problem with getting
Or maybe
ran-
bad. I don't know.
Well, no, that's a good thing. If all she will ever do is bring misery and despair to any relationship she's in, she should tie her tubes, get some cats, and live on her vibrator until she dies an early death because she has a lot of fucking health issues. Like she's told me herself, and it's an obvious fact. She's not going to live that long because she has horrible health. And she's incredibly morbidly obese. She weighs more than I do right now. Going off her hospital report, she weighs more than I do, but she's all fat, and she's 5 inches shorter than I am. And she has all kinds of degenerative disorders. Some of them are genetic, but they're all things that are going to make her not able to live a long life. So yeah, it would be in everyone's best interest if she never got into another relationship and she just lived with cats.
Yeah, I've had a couple of friends with spina bifida. Did you ever meet my friend Melissa? I don't think you did. She was a WoW friend. Yeah, God.
Unless her last name is McGrew, I do not.
It is McGrew.
Oh, well, yeah, that was...
You remember Melly McGrew? Yeah.
I've got her on my Battle.net friends. I never talked to her, but I have her on them.
She was like my good buddy for a long time, and we just sort of fell off. But
I do feel like you're half doxing her because that is her actual name, isn't it?
You doxed her. You
well,
said her
I asked
name.
McGrew. You could have said, no, it's not, and then whispered me, yes, it is.
Yeah. No,
but yeah, I didn't know who you meant.
Melly's name is on her VNet. I don't think she's ever been afraid of.
It is, and that's the only reason I know her name.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't care, but
I think she's proud of being a gamer.
I know she had a lot of weird issues with Tekis because she seemed like she was into him, but he wasn't into her. But he was like leading her on or some shit like that. I don't know. There's the fucking zombie rush. I knew there was something coming.
I put the turret down. Now I'm standing here.
Most of them are dead right now. Oh, it's a wave attack. Okay.
I did my best.
Oh, one of them's alive. Okay, good. Oh, we're done. It says return to trader now.
Yeah, I didn't have to go for ammo.
There's an ammo crate right there in blue if you want to pick that up.
No, I'm picking a lock that I didn't want to pick.
But yeah, I haven't really talked to her. I don't have anything against her or anything like that.
Oh yeah, she had a degenerative disease. I don't want to go any further than that, but I mean, and she spent most of her life in decline. But Melissa was a wonderful person.
Spent?
Spent?
Oh, you said spent. Like she's not here anymore. She spent her life.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if she's still with us, but she spent like the last 15 years battling. I can't remember the name of the disease, and it's shaming me that I can't remember. I've got so many friends with so many different problems. It's hard to keep it all straight. I think it's either no, it's not spina bifida. That's my other friend. It's one of the other it's multiple sclerosis, wasn't it? I think it was MS. She had MS, and it crippled her.
That's unfortunate. I know next to nothing about it, but I know it's always scary when people talk about it.
Yeah, one of the reasons I mean, it sucks, but I have trouble. I'm like an empath, so watching people die or like self-destruct is really hard for me.
Are you able to loot that cache?
Wait, not that one.
Infested blue one.
Ooh, all that ammo.
Okay, cool. I grabbed most of it, but there was a bit left. Yeah.
I think I've got to load on the drone here.
Oh, and there's a blue bag here too that I just looted everything I can out of.
Okay.
Please
Yes,
loot the
I
blue
have
bag.
I have room now. I just had to dump on the drone. So, blue bag. Where was it? Oh, I see.
It's on the stage, or I mean, just below the stage. Alright, I'm out of my car. Yeah, I mean that definitely sucks.
Yep, she was on disability for it back in, I don't know, 2020 or 2008. And not only did she have MS, but she had something else too, the one where your spine degenerates. I think it was MS and spina bifida. It was just, it's like it's like losing the genetic lottery, and I really feel for those people.
I know my wife has. If it wasn't for the fact that I already have an ex-wife, I would stop calling her my wife. It's the shortest, simplest way to refer to her.
I had this problem with my ex too. I called her my girlfriend for like 4 months after we broke up, and people were like,
she's still technically my wife. Yeah. Until the divorce is finalized, she's technically my wife, and it's a correct way to refer to her at least. But yeah, I can't. I don't have the brain to catalog medical disorders very well. I know she has a fuck ton of them, but she's got some kind of degenerative thing that I think it makes her more likely to break her bones as she goes. Yes. Like she was telling me, the conclusion of it can be that you are on disability, like you just get to stay home all day, disability, and it's hard to find a specialist that actually knows about the condition and is able to issue that kind of disability.
Yeah, my mother got Lyme disease, and she still has it. And I watched it waste her away for like 30 years. She was such a young, vital, strong woman, my mother. But Lyme disease, she got bit by a tick in Jersey. Caught Lyme disease. It took her 8 years to figure out what it was, and they ran the panel or whatever they do. Finally caught it. And Lyme disease, there's nothing you can do about that. It just wastes the person away, and she spends probably 3 of every 5 days going to doctors. It's unfortunate.
That's pretty bad.
Yep, and thank God for, people like that. They're always going to vote Democrat because the Democrats are the people looking to try and help them with that, I really feel like
Democrats.
Well, Romney Care was initially a Republican initiative.
But I would like to say that Romney is more Democrat than Republican, even if he wears the R.
So would I.
Good work. There's always
good work. Republicans don't want people just to die. I would rather.
No, neither side wants that. No. So whoever, then I'm not getting at whether a side's good or bad here. I'm not going for a tribalist argument here. I'm saying that whoever provides them that surcease of that fear is going to get their vote. The Democrats understood that. The Democrats don't give two shits about whether Americans die or not. They just care about money and power like everybody else in history. But they will back Obamacare and look like saints when they do it, and everybody's going to love them for it, because if you get them out of that facing the doctor problem, they'll love you no matter what. It's stupid.
Look like devils. Obamacare's not very since Obamacare, our healthcare industry's gotten worse and worse. The wait times are worse than they've ever been. COVID freakouts helped exacerbate that, but yeah, our healthcare system is getting worse. It used to be if you had money, you could come here and at least get good care, but now it's turning into even if you have money, if you don't have real money, you can't.
Yep. And from a lower class perspective, I am extremely thankful and loving of my healthcare system. I don't think navigating is easy, and I don't like doctors, and I don't like going to hospitals and stuff, and I don't like spending the public dime or any of that other stuff, but I have a high opinion of them. They're trying to help us.
If they would deregulate our medical industry, it would be a lot easier to afford your own shit, I believe.
You sound like
I'm advocating for deregulating here.
Yeah, which is usually libertarians push.
Like if you kill people with your bad medicine, you should be held fully accountable, and you should. I believe the death penalty should be on the table, depending on how bad it is, for sure. Well, I'm afraid of the government. I'm afraid of the government wielding the death penalty because I have no confidence in the government officials that would be choosing how to wield it. But I do believe in the death penalty fully. I don't believe in the people that have the control, but I do believe in it.
I believe in the death penalty for mass murder. I do not believe in it for crimes of passion.
I believe in the death penalty for single murder. Please move.
Eye for an sorry,
Thank you.
buddy. This whole situation's gotta maybe fix. We need 2 doors so that.
No, you just need to move into the building before you stand still at a chest.
But the chests are there at the doors.
You can move in the building and then do it.
No, now there's 2 doors. We can just. Now there's nobody. If I block you, just go around. I have my nose in a menu. I can't see you.
All right, I got 3 vehicle superchargers crafting for each one of us.
You need to make a door because it's your house.
I didn't replace one of the things. No, actually, what you want to do is make a double door.
Ah, yes, make a double door. Oh, are you using this hole in the wall as a drop box? That's actually not that bad of an idea.
No, is there a hole in the wall?
There is a hole in the wall on this side, yeah. I don't know where it came from, but yeah.
Probably a zombie we didn't kill fast enough.
Yeah,
where is it?
I'm looking at it, it's like that
one
right there. See it?
That might have been the original jump spot or something like that. And that's not an intentional hole, not that one.
Intentional holes. Cat food, yum yum.
Alright, no making a door. I have a door on the crafting thing, but it's going to take like 20 minutes.
Oops. Okay, I am ready whenever. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I need ammo. I forgot.
I am resorting my inventory because I accidentally hit that one fucking key that auto sorts your inventory, and I hate it for my own character inventory because it fucks everything up. Alright, I'm ready to head off. Oh, you have tier 5s too now?
I do.
Alright, well, let's hit this one here and then we'll turn around and hit the other one, I guess.
Yep.
After this one, hopefully the superchargers are ready.
Like, I just can't reconcile the Oklahoma City bombing without capital punishment. But I can't reconcile Columbine or Century 16 without capital punishment. But I can do it for crimes of passion, one-on-one, gang violence, you know, stuff like that. I don't think it's commensurate for rape or child molestation.
Oh, I think rape, child molestation. Well, okay. Child molestation, first offense is physical castration, non-chemical.
Yeah,
Second offense, death penalty. That's what I would argue.
I thought, okay,
Second offense,
actually, I'm okay
penalty.
with that. Yep. See, I'm a progressive. You see, I'm a progressive. I'll give you your fascism if it's sensible.
That's not fascism.
It is kind of. It's like
it's not a merger of corporate and government power. It's not fascism.
It's not death for death. It's death.
Oh,
for,
it's justice. It's literal justice.
I'm not arguing with you there. I didn't say it's not justice. I said it's death for rape. It's not equal.
Oh yeah. So now with rape, the problem is there's a lot of false accusations, and that's where there has to be a lot of tiptoeing. You should have checked that car and opened it. That's a police car.
I did. It was empty.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I know I looted it, but I've noticed with cop cars, if the 7 days or whatever goes off, usually the loot respawns, but the lock doesn't, so you can literally just free loot it again.
I'm gonna put this all in your truck. Aw.
Thank you for giving me a good reason to keep my truck locked.
What? No, me giving you loot? That's ridiculous.
I don't want to sort your loot. Get away.
Oh, God damn it. I don't want to do the loot. Do my loot.
Be gone, loot.
Hey, if I give you $1, will you do it?
I'm not a whore.
Oh, be a loot whore. Yes, you are a loot whore.
I'm a loot goblin.
You're a loot whore.
But yeah, so with if someone actually committed the rape, I'm perfectly fine with death penalty first offense.
That's what I want. But my senses tell me otherwise. That is, I agree with you. I can see what you. I want what you want. I do, but I don't believe it is commensurate.
Well, there's been so many.
Does either.
Well, I believe in hard justice and removing criminals by removing the criminals.
Yeah, so do I. That's the progressive side of me. I will push stuff like capital punishment that'll scare, or gun rights that scares the shit out of Democrats, and they'll be like, "You're not a Democrat, you're a Republican."
Well, capital punishment's a left-wing thing too. It's a bipartisan issue.
It is.
Just because there's more Democrats, there's more Democrats than Republicans that are against it, but it doesn't mean it's a left-right issue.
No.
Oh, we got a screamer probably outside. Let's look for it. Yeah, there's definitely a screamer. It's just where.
I'm gonna pop this cop car while she screams.
Okay, you go that way. I'm gonna go counterclockwise and see if I can find her.
Lockpicks, and I'm following you.
Okay, well, I want to find the screamer.
She's over on that side. I saw her thing. She's like on the other side of the wall. Yeah, like down that way. Yep.
I see her.
Yep.
I think I got him before they screamed. And I activated a whole bunch of zombies. Hold on, the door's still locked, or shut. Now we can kill him. Stop it. That's so dumb how just... You started a quest. Here's 2 screamers outside the building. I think that's horrible design the way they did that.
I'm okay with some RNG design as long as it's not in your personal space.
But that's not RNG. That's deliberate design. You step in.
It's
here's the
stealing your
screamers.
quarters. Here, yep. It's steal your quarters design like arcades used to do. I hate it, but as long as they don't do it in my personal space, I think it keeps it interesting.
I'm not going to do what you do and say the developers need to be shot and go to jail and they can't make games anymore. And I'm not going to do that.
Ratchet. God damn it! Why won't you let me rebind the throw key? You're stupid. You're stupid.
But I do find it objectionable that is how it's designed, though. That screamers just spawn when you enter a dungeon.
What did I do? I think I fought at the door with you. Where did this ratchet end up? No. Oh my god.
You're still using a... Oh yeah, we don't have motor tool parts.
We don't have the impact driver parts.
Yeah, like, I'm lucky that I got one, but I can't make any more for you.
It's okay. The drill will work. It's just not ideal.
What you should do is go and buy that one that was on the traders.
No, what I should do is find the fucking... We didn't go anywhere. We went to the back door and the front door. The driver should be on the ground. I think it glitches. It's weird. Wait, there it is. There it is. It just went back in my inventory somehow. I don't know. It was empty. The spot was empty, and now it's back. So...
Ooh, found some Mega Crush. Mega Crush in 6 minutes of 50% run speed increase.
Run speed, huh?
Yep, it might be. I think you have to hold shift kind of run speed, but it does give you run speed. Oh yeah, it's shift only run speed, but you're real fucking fast when you shift.
I don't carry dukes, and I suppose I should.
No, it was loot. I didn't buy it.
There's two for sale in that machine.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing to do if you want to grab those special foods.
I don't have dukes. I'm gonna start carrying a stack of like 3,000, so I can buy stuff like that.
We got enough. You could carry a stack of 20,000.
Alright. Put it on my drone.
Yeah, I was trying to think, like, I don't see the path, but that looks like the obvious way to go. Right, I'm with you. Are you okay?
Oh yeah.
Alright, I took a lot of heat off you, but there's still a lot.
Doing fine.
Oh, I think I hear another screamer. I'm gonna step down and look for her.
Wow! Did you see it? Fucking amazing.
Okay. I just killed one screamer. I don't know if there were 2 though.
I killed like 10 zombies instantly.
Oh, the screamer probably just spawned more on us.
No, I had a boomer. Do you see the
there she is.
Look,
I see her.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was like watching your this guy over here, but yeah.
Right,
see the crater where the boomer went up and killed them all?
Oh, yeah.
You missed it. It was awesome, Bagon. Look at that cool crater. That's the chaotic neutral I'm looking for. My impact driver is gone. There we go. Now I fixed it.
So many dead bodies. And 2 fucking screamer waves. What the hell, dude? We barely started the dungeon and we already got 2 screamer waves.
Don't know.
Just dropping some inventory.
This is so much like 76. You haven't been to the Tyler County racetrack yet, but this is so much like 76. It's awesome. They pretty much jacked the design. Or well, I would say 76 jacked them. Bottom. My turret is wrong. My turret's still over there.
There we go.
I can get my turret real quick. Don't kill my turret. No. Don't kill my turret. Gun broke.
You got a repair kit, right?
Mm-hmm. I just,
I really appreciate dungeons like this that basically have a story to tell when you go through and loot them. Like, I mean, you can see the corpses everywhere. Obviously, this is some kind of shelter they're hiding people at. I'm finding chain link fence cages, so they were clearly hiding the, well, not hiding. They were confining the infected in the cages and try to talk on the radio, calling for help, which never came. And then eventually the infected got 2 batch.
Yeah, there's a great movie from the original people who did George Romero and the other guy who did Night of the Living Dead. I can't remember his name. It's Romero and the other director, which I can't think. But they did about 5 sets of movies, and they were all from different points of view of the breakout at different points of time of the breakout. There's Night of the Living Dead, and then there's Day of the Living Dead. And then there's Land of the Dead, which is like when the whole world's just basically become the wasteland. And then there's Diary of the Dead, which is like after the wasteland and what they do to recover. And one of the cool things about Land of the Dead is they get obsessed with this idea that they can cure the zombie if they just keep it in a box and watch what it does.
Well, it's like an experiment, but a crazy idea.
It's a terrible idea because it inevitably, just like Jurassic Park, life will find a way to get out of the box. It's always a terrible idea.
Also, if they're dead, you don't make them alive by putting them in a box.
But that's the whole thing. During the movie, they're talking about this. They're like, why do you think that this is helping? It is not helping. You are just torturing this thing that isn't even living anymore. And on top of it, it's going to get loose and bite us, and that's exactly what happens.
Here, you want an orange crush? Or mega crush?
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
I got 2, and I need to free the space up. Where's that loot? Oh, it's probably, the loot room might very well be right there in that building. We found a drum magazine mod. You want it?
Drum mag mod, yeah.
There you go.
Can you put a drum mag on a turret?
I don't know that you can, but maybe.
Ooh, drum mag, thank you.
Oh, I thought there'd be a giant wave of zombies here, but I don't see.
45 rounds.
Oh, there's some zombies. Looks like you found out where the giant wave of zombies was that I couldn't seem to find. It's like I was sure they were there, but I couldn't figure out where they were.
All clear? No.
I just spawned a bunch.
Oh, you did? Okay, coming.
Yeah, I'm outside the building.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm with you.
That was pretty neat, actually.
Good. See, it's so cool.
Well, because we're in snow, the ground disappears so easily.
I love it.
It can create a lot of these situations.
It's satisfying.
This place has so much loot in it. I'm going to want to come back here and just loot it up.
I don't want loot. You loot. I'll walk behind you and you just dump stuff when you're full. And you
So
loot.
we probably just got a lot of the shit here killed. I would, and see, like, here, the fucking mass grave. This is actually really cool to come here and see. Surprised that didn't spawn more zombies, but okay.
Ooh, that caterpillar looks good.
Those are all things to come back and loot. They're just like tractors. They're not going to be anything special.
That's a lot of stuff.
Nope, I spawned shit. Get ready for fight.
I'm ready. He was on the ladder and I was like, what?
That's a lot of burn zombies.
I think there's a rumor maybe. I'm trapped in the truck with. I'm trapped in the truck with. Sorry, I took a step back. I didn't realize there was a hole.
You're good right now. I'm going to defend the doors so they don't hurt you.
Come down here, it's better. Come down here.
No, dude, I'm getting 3 headshots on 5 things
Oh, yeah,
every
good
time I
point.
fire.
Never mind. Yeah, you're right. From
That
your
was
angle.
really good headshots from up here.
I was frontally firing into their heads. Oh,
Okay.
good run. I took 10 damage.
There's like 2 zombies left.
Out of ammo again. Yep. At least I have a mag in the sniper rifle. I wish there was a ping. This game needs a ping.
And if we needed bones still, this would be such a good dungeon. There's just corpses everywhere. Alright, there's the exit. We probably cleared the treasure room, which is probably in this last building here. Oh, boomer. Shoot his legs, shoot his legs.
I'm running.
I think I got him there. Yeah, he's dead. It's not so bad killing one of those when you're shotgunning him. Okay, here's the loot room, and oh my, there's a lot of loot. I am full though, so I guess I'll loot what I can and then just go back to the truck and
dump to me. I have. Oh no, I'm full too.
No, I'm gonna everything I can, like, you know, double up stacks. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go back to the truck. This was a really good loot room, like better than normal for a tier 5.
Ooh, look, nice big hardened chest.
Yeah, too bad it's not an infested. We would have had that giant box of shit. Don't break that, don't break that. Wow, there's a forgetting elixir here in the big chest.
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff.
Alright.
I'll have to make 2 trips, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going back to my truck now.
Where's my truck? It's like over here.
It's not too bad of a run, but you will have to run.
This is gonna be so fun when it's like tier 6 with like 3 extra skulls. Sweet.
Well, it's a tier 5 with a skull and a half extra.
You're not. Your truck is full?
My truck's not full. I just don't have it unlocked, so you can't hop into it.
Oh, I didn't clear yet, so...
Oh, what?
I didn't clear yet, so I have to go...
Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't think I have the clear credit either. It's fine. We'll explore, but I want to get this loot all hauled off first.
I'm just gonna stick it in the truck.
I just did. Oh, here's a zombie. You know what? I have 3 red pings to the south, kind of where you are, it looks like. I still see 3 dots on my map. In your direction, are you on them?
I'm not on them. I'm dumping in the truck right now. I was completely full.
Okay. We probably literally just
And
missed one room.
I caught a bite and all that. I've got a 10 to my wounds. Sorry. But I have the meds.
That's fine. We'll have plenty of time to get you back and get your disease taken care of.
I caught a leg sprain